You're watching Up with KREM.
This morning, our community is reacting to the Derek Chauvin trial as George Floyd's death sparked not only nationwide protests, but also changes in cities, schools, and even legislation across the country, including change right here at Spokane Public Schools. This morning, School Board President Jerrall Haynes joins us, and Jerrall has been an advocate in our community's schools. Jerrall, we want to thank you for joining us. We want to ask you first off, now that the trial has an official verdict, justice has been served, where do we go from here?
Yeah, well, first of all, good morning. Thank you for having me. I think the very first step is making sure that we take the time to truly process yesterday's events and the events over the past year. And taking that time is very, very important. This is a moment in time, and this moment can and has had impacts on our students, families, and our entire community, also our entire country as a whole. And I think that's first step. And then after that, I think we can achieve change, but it'll require a lot more truth telling about our past and our present.
And Jerrall, do you feel like, as we look at Spokane specifically, do you feel like our community is making progress toward racial equality?
I think so. I think with this trial, it's easy to leave the conversation at change needed within our police forces. But the reality is we need change across all of our major systems. And I'm so proud to be a part of an educational system that really took a proactive stance and said that we were tired of empty comments, and we really wanted to make sure that we put actionable items and steps in place to create true systemic change within our Spokane Public Schools. And I think that along with the events over the last year has the potential to cause a rippling effect across our entire community.
And Jerrall, while you mentioned Spokane Public Schools, released a statement yesterday, the district stating that they will put their vision for excellence for everyone into practice with measurable, actionable steps for systemic change, just like you said. Can you tell us more about what you think some of those steps should be, and as specific as you'd like?
Yes, sir. Well, we're currently in the process of creating new policies, an equity policy within Spokane Public Schools, policies and procedures. We're changing and reviewing all of our policies and procedures and making sure that our language and our day-to-day practice mirrors that vision statement of excellence for everyone. We've completely changed and overhauled our security practices within our school system and made sure that our security specialists, they had a shift in practice and methodology to become true guardians of our students, our staff, and our facilities. And that's just a few of a number of things that we've been doing, including creating more diversity within our employment system.
Jerrall, I want to go back to one of the first things that you said. You mentioned that you think what's important is that we all take time to really absorb the verdict yesterday. People of all racial and color backgrounds. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you think individually we should be doing as we really absorb that verdict?
Talking to each other and listening, right? Making sure that we're honoring other people's experiences. We're all going to be impacted differently by yesterday's verdict and by the things that have happened over the course of last year. Some people are really going to have to process being almost forced to witness the death of a person over and over again over the last 12 months. And I hope that each and every one of us takes the adequate time to connect with each other and with counselors if necessary.
And just to let you know, Jerrall, we've been asking our viewers all morning to pick one word that they think best describes how they felt when they heard that verdict. If you could pick one word, what would it be?
I'm going to cheat a little bit and do two, but it's cautious optimism.
Can you tell us a little bit more where that comes from?
Because those are some of the feelings that I was overcome with yesterday when the verdict was released, mixed with both fear and worry. I'm cautiously optimistic because yesterday I think restored some hope that our systems can be responsive and can be held accountable. But I also know and acknowledge that we still have a long way to go. And to be honest, I do worry and I do have a fear that this moment in time can potentially be fleeting if we're we're not careful and intentional about continuing to move these systems forward.
Jerrall Haynes with Spokane Public Schools joining us this morning. Jerrall, thank you very much for giving us your time today.
Thank you.